The 100 best movies of all time, silent classics, noir space operas, everything in between. Somehow we managed to rank the best movies of all time. All lists are made to start arguments, but a list of the greatest movies of all time is particularly loaded. No other art form has evolved so drastically over the last century and a half. Sure, kids these days may prefer Harry Styles to the Beatles, but a good song is always going to be a good song. A great melody never ages, and a heartbeat stays not forever. But is it possible for modern audiences to see Citizen Kane the same way audiences in the 1940s did? Can Hitchcock still be considered the master of suspense after decades of directors stealing his tricks? It's barely been 14 years since Dark Knight, and there's a whole generation that likely considers Christopher Nolan's take on Batman old hat. Ranking the best films ever made clearly isn't easy, but that wasn't going to stop us from trying. On this ever evolving list, you'll find box office blockbusters to cult classics, comedies, both romantic and ridiculous, horror flicks to crime capers. It spans over 100 years and multiple countries, and even with all that ground covered, it's sure not to please every reader. You might get angry, but hey, that's what lists are for, right? Just don't yell too loudly, please. Written by Abdi Bendur, Dev Colhoun, Phil This Million, Blige, Ability Land Free, Stephen Garrett, Thomas Lafley, Joshua Rootkop, Anna Smith, and Matthew Singer. Best movies of all time. A Space Odyssey, 1968. The greatest film ever made began with the meeting of two brilliant minds, Stanley Kubrick and Skiffy Sir Arthur C. Clarke. I understand he is a nut who lives in a tree in India somewhere, noted Kubrick when Clarke's name came up along with those of Isaac Asimov, Robert A. Heinlein, and Ray Bradbury as a possible writer for his planned sci-fi. Clarke was actually living in Ceylon, not in India or a tree, but the pyramid hit it off and forget a story of technological progress and disaster. Hello, hal, that speed in humanity.